Dr. Young is a busy person. It will take some time for her to arrive. In the meantime, let us try viewing this case from another angle. There's something that's been on my mind. One of the key figures in this case, the conductor. We still don't know who that person is.
Now that you mention it, even after our investigation, we still have no idea who it is.
The conductor has come up time and time again during this hearing. However, at this point in time, their identity remains a mystery. How about it? Do you have any ideas? I'm still not sure at the moment. However, there is someone I have in mind. A certain individual involved with this case who might know something about it.
Who's that?
Blazed Best. I demand your testimony.
What? Don't say such a stupid thing. Why would you suspect Pops, my father who loves me and doesn't make fun of me?
That I accept. Are you trying to cast suspicion towards the chairman of the PIC? Do you understand what that means? Status and prestige mean nothing before the truth. That man is trying to pin the crime on Kay. The evidence that was in Kay's possession, the ticket stub, the mask, the corsage, these items did not come into her possession out of her own volition. By some method, that man purposely planted them on her personage. Alliteration. It's hard to believe such a sudden accusation, but I'll ask just in case. Why would he do that? Obviously, to direct suspicion towards Kay. I succeeded in drawing out those words from him earlier. Mr. Chairman, your response?
I'm just staring at this letter. Probably kind of mentally unstable to be holding the position that I'm in. What?
Are you too shocked to speak?
And what of it? Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said, what of it? I said, you want to fight? How about that? You say that you drew out some words from me, but you don't have a shred of proof, you know? No one else heard it but you. It just doesn't work like that, you see? Or do you have something else? Some kind of basis for your argument?
His confidence. He also showed it at the cell. Prosecutor Edgeworth, I would like you to explain once more. I trust we have your permission, Mr. Chairman?
But of course. I'm pretty interested in this matter myself, Concerns me personally. I'd like to know just what part of me seems criminal to Mr. Edgeworth. There's no one as honest as I am, you see.
How can you say that with a straight face? I wouldn't call this a straight face. When you're like, that's not a straight face. That's a crazy face. Let's start from the top. The fact that the auction was held in this room is a cause for suspicion. This is the PIC meeting room. I imagine it would be difficult for non-members to enter.
That's why all the members have key cards,
I think we can assume that multiple auctions have been held here before. Therefore, suspecting a member of the PIC would be
the best.
Yes, because the conductor had to have been a PIC member.
Wait, no!
What? What was that all about?
What do I do, Pops? I just helped the enemy.
Sebastian really is an idiot, But you see, Edgeworth, I'm not the only one with access,
Indeed, there are 11 members in the PIC. Even if we rule out the victim, Miss Crane, there are still 10 potential suspects.
It's not me! Hurry up!
Well, I'm not the person.
We're here all of a sudden! Oh goodness! No!
But it couldn't be the chairman, right? Oh my goodness! I don't know who it is, but whoever it is should just come forward.
Yeah. Everyone just calm down, Edgeworth, is that all you got? Where's the evidence to suspect me? Huh? Is you falling silent? But you've gone too far, you see. I won't forgive you anymore. It's too late for regrets, you know? I'm a very important man, you see. Former chief prosecutor and chairman of the PIC. It's fine if you're not prepared to face the fire, you know? 'Cause, you see... Either way, it won't make any difference.
What? Crazy eyes! Because I'm gonna bully you. Ah!
You've been rambling on for quite a while about the most trivial details, you know? Like the location of the murder, the order of the wounds, and what else was there? It just doesn't matter, you know? Because you see, none of that means anything, you know? Think about it. We got the suspect herself saying she killed the victim. That's all that matters, you see. She'll even get a lighter sentence with her confession, you know? Now then, if there are any contradictions, be my guest.
How can that be considered a testimony? There must be a contradiction somewhere. That person is very important, isn't he? Mr. Edgeworth, it's all right. Let's just give up. Surely I must have killed her. I can even remember it. Don't be tied down by your muddled memories. If you want to believe in something, believe in your own innocence. Believe in me, who believes in you. But my opponent is the PIC chairman. Taking him down won't be easy. However, he has underestimated me. If I can take advantage of that...
Because I'm gonna bully you. You've been rambling on for quite a while about the most trivial details, you know?
Hold it!
If these trivial details create contradictions in the case, we cannot call it the truth.
It's fine, as long as the rest of the case makes sense, you know? Every case is gonna have a small contradiction or two, you see? But if we get bogged down by the details, we won't be able to arrest the criminal. Trials would go on forever, you see? You, of all people, should understand, you know?
I don't. That's why I'm asking you.
Young folks these days... Anyways, you were rambling on about stuff... like the location of the murder, the order of the wounds, and what else was there?
The autopsy report and the questions about the conductor. Were you even listening?
Talk is cheap, you know. I was listening, you see, but I didn't think much of it, you know.
You didn't think much of it, even after I brought up all those issues. Perhaps your judgment needs to be questioned, rather than my ability as a prosecutor.
That's a good one, Edgeworth. But you see, it just doesn't matter, you know? Because you see, none of that means anything, you know?
Hold it!
How can you say it doesn't matter? Are you trying to suppress the truth?
Well, you see, it simply doesn't matter as much as you say it does, you know? You see, Edgeworth, you're only saying it matters to avoid the real issue here. The death of your son. Wait, nope, sorry, I'm thinking of an entirely different person. Think about it. We got the suspect herself saying she killed the victim.
But do we?
Hold it!
It may be true she confessed. However, that does not make it the truth. She is suffering from memory loss, so we must question the credibility of her testimony.
Objection. Whoa, objection. Even if you say that, you know, still won't solve anything. What good would it do to deny her confession? Sounds like nonsense to me. Want to try asking her again? I think she'll just say that she's the murderer again, though.
Very well, let's try asking her again one last time. I'd like to hear from Kay herself, whether or not she is the culprit. Huh? From me? Will that be alright? If this goes poorly, it will be quite unfavorable for you. I do not mind, however. I shall ask Kay the question myself.
I'm moved in tears, you know. Oh, how touching, you know. How very, very touching. Fine, I'll let you ask her. However, I have one condition. If all this proves to be a waste of time, then that will be the end of it. How's that sound?
The end of the hearing?
Seems like you can be smart once in a while, Sebastian. In other words, you see, if she confesses again, Kay Faraday will be found beyond a shadow of a doubt guilty. Yep, it's a fine idea. I like it.
Guilty, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, that's right.
That's harsh. But either way, if I do nothing, she'll be declared guilty. Kay! Yes? I know what I'm asking of you is unreasonable, but please, I want you to answer me. It doesn't matter how tiny it is. Do you remember anything? Anything that would prove your innocence? Why? Why would you go that far for me? I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm too scared to remember. Because I might have done something even worse. If that were the case, I would only make things worse for you, Mr. Edgeworth. Kay Faraday must have been a despicable criminal. Someone who betrayed your trust. Don't worry. We've only known each other for a short while, but I know you very well. I'd even say that I know you better than yourself, now that you've lost your memories. Oh, that's a big penalty! You cannot possibly be the culprit, because your true identity is this sad mummy. A sad, sad mummy who got pushed off a roof and is gonna be sad for the rest of her days. No. You are the Yatagarasu. You are the great thief. You are a great ally for truth.
Take that!
The great thief, Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu is a noble thief who would never, ever stoop to murder. Huh. No, it's useless. After all... Uh-oh. No matter what, that memory still remains. This image that's stuck in my head, I just can't get rid of. That means I must have...
Hold it!
There's no clear evidence to prove that you're the culprit besides your own confession. Remember what I said? You must believe in yourself. Or perhaps you cannot trust my words. No, that's not it. It's because you are trying to save someone like me. You've already lost so much, all for my sake. I can't bear it anymore. Please just give up. I see now. I thought it was strange. The reason you were acting like you wanted to be found guilty was because you were concerned about me. That is just like you, Kay. It's because you're a good person, Mr. Edgeworth. Unfortunately, I may fall short of your expectations. I'm not trying to be a good person. No matter how much you may want me to give up, I'll keep trying to save you. That is the nature of who I am. Whether or not it is a burden for you is none of my concern. Oh, Kay, believe in yourself once more. You are a noble, great thief. What you should be doubting is your memory of committing the murder. That is my wish. Above all else, please. Aha! Okay. What is it? Did you remember something?
I sure remember something now. It'd be like a bad movie. Like a real, like, oh man, and it sure is convenient.
Bull. You remember the cow?
Bull? What?
Prosecutor Edgeworth, please ask her to clarify. Well, Kay, what do you mean by bull? I remember now. The person in the red raincoat had that with her. The bull! The stuffed bull doll! I'm certain of it! Oh, I thought she was like bull malarkey. Is that true, defendant? Yes, Your Honor. The court hereby accepts the defendant's statement as a new piece of testimony.
Objection. Quit messing around, Courtney. A testimony like that cannot be accepted, you know?
Your objection has been noted, sir. However, testimony about the victim's belongings has been lacking up until now.
Objection. Nevertheless, you know, her vague memories cannot be trusted, you know?
Her memories are vague. That would be bad for us as well. Didn't you say this earlier yourself, Mr. Chairman? Since we have the suspect's confession, we don't need to worry about the trivial details. If we decide to doubt her memories, then we must also doubt her confession, which is the main foundation of our case. Are you willing to do that, sir?
You're right. Well, never mind then. I guess I'll leave it to you. I'll just step back and not be extremely nervous about this.
Thank you very much. We did it. It was touch and go for a while there, though. However, those words of Judge Courtney just now, it almost feels as if she's on our side. Prosecutor Edgeworth, do you know anything about this stuffed animal? The stuffed animal case spoke of must have been this. They found it in the storeroom. It is believed to be one of the items for the auction. Why'd they put it back? Oh, we get the 3D look. This is...
Do you know something about it, Justine?
No, it's just a bit different from what I imagined. Indeed, it's certainly not what I would have expected the victim to be carrying. Let's examine every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Okay. What is suspicious about it? There's something in its hair. A cherry blossom petal is stuck in its soft fur. Speaking of which, there were also some stuck on the red raincoat. A cherry tree, wasn't there one blooming on the viewing platform? You should remember that, at least. Yes, it seems safe to assume this was taken outside. However, why would the victim be carrying something like this? What's in the hole where there used to be a horn? The left horn is missing. There's a hole in the stuffed animal. It seems this hole is where the horn is inserted into. I guess its head isn't stuffed with cotton. I wonder what's inside. Perhaps I should examine the other side. Yes, let's. The right horn seems to be fine, but the entire balance feels a bit off. This horn, it looks like you can move it. What? What was that buzzing sound? It seems this toy is equipped with a recording device. And I knew who you were right away. You can't hide that burn from me. Silence, huh? I've been waiting for my chance to get revenge all this time. Ah! Is this the moment of the murder? Who could have recorded something like this? Yeah, waiting for it to be a bomb that you just activated. That would have been pretty funny.
There ain't no doubt about it.
This here was what I heard.
Overruled.
We can't verify when these voices were recorded. It's also possible they aren't related to the case at all. If only we had some video as well. That's hogwash, I'm telling you. That right there was the conversation that I heard. The victim was holding on to it, right? I reckon it must have been recorded when she got attacked.
That certainly is a possibility. However, your testimony alone is insufficient. I require something with a little more credibility.
Again, her words. It almost sounds as if she's trying to give me advice. Judge Courtney, there's no mistake that those voices were from the incident. Please recall the audio that was recorded by the stuffed animal. I knew who you were right away. You can't hide that burn from me. If we compare this part of the recording with a certain piece of evidence, we can prove it. This evidence shows the recording took place during the moment of the crime. I actually think that it might be it's either the autopsy report or the picture is part of the autopsy report. Because there's a burn mark on the victim's hand. And we can see it visibly there. I thought these were two different pieces of evidence for some reason. Yes. The autopsy report, and exactly what part of the autopsy report shows that. This part shows that the recording took place during the moment of the crime. This is the burn mark.
Take that!
I remember clearly what that voice said. You can't hide that burn from me. On the victim's hand, there was a burn mark.
Indeed. It just happened to match up, you see. But what of it? What about burns? Who cares about burning things? Nobody cares about burns!
According to Kay's testimony, the victim had been holding the stuffed animal, and it just happened to record a characteristic of the victim, namely the burn.
That's just a coincidence. I mean, it can happen, right? Overruled.
I do not think so. It is hard to believe that all of this is simply a coincidence. The voices on the stuffed animal were most likely recorded during the incident. One of these voices must belong to the true culprit. From what we've heard, it must have been the one who was doing most of the talking.
But what's the point? In the end, we still can't tell their gender or identity, you know.
There's no way to tell gender from a voice recording. It could have just been a very high-pitched voice man or a low-pitched voice woman. We don't know. Unlikely, but you could probably get a guess. Indeed, because they had been using... Oh, they had voice changers. It can be helped. It seems the situation has become quite clear. The conversation Miss Hart overheard was between the culprit and Miss Crane. That's what I've been telling you from the start. And from this we will understand a new fact. Please enlighten us then. I trust you have no objections, Mr. Chairman.
Do what you want.
According to Miss Hart's testimony, just before the incident, two people came up from the auction hall using the lift. It must have been the conductor and one of the auction guests. They probably went there to settle the payment after winning a bid. And then it was there that the crime was carried out. Since the action continued after the crime took place, we are led to a single truth. This is the new fact that we have arrived at. The culprit is the conductor, I think. We know Joe Crane's the victim, and she was there with the conductor, so I think it's gotta be the conductor. Since the conductor was the only one who could keep the auction going, we can conclude that the deceased victim could not have been the conductor.
Justine? Please be quiet here, okay? Alright, just for once? Shut your fool mouth.
If the conductor was not the victim, then they must have been the culprit.
Please wait. That alone is insufficient.
Of course, even I do not intend to rely upon the process of elimination. Certain traces left at the crime scene lead me to believe that the culprit is the conductor.
Well then, please show it to us.
What were the traces left at the crime scene that left me to deduce that the culprit is the conductor? What actually shows the traces left behind? The conductor's clothes, but we don't have those. We didn't find those. Candelabra matches the victim's chest wounds. Let's look at the testimony. We know that the auction continued even after the murder, but we don't know if it continued during the murder. I don't know if that's definitive. What about the bloodstains? What makes you think the bloodstains are the way to go? A pool of blood found in the meeting room. Was it left behind to find the storeroom's existence? No, we haven't yet used the box. Is it the bloodstain because the conductor would be the only person who would be able to actually set up a weird crime sort of thing? Like if some other random attendee, they wouldn't be able to plant evidence like that, right? So being able to hide the room, you'd have to be in charge of the auction. So is the fact that they brought the body back downstairs after the auction was over and then yanked the candelabra out and poured blood everywhere, is that the trace that could only have been done by the conductor because a random customer wouldn't have access to everything? I'm leaning towards the blood stain. Let me try it.
Take that!
Okay, oh, the thing went away. The culprit purposely left a large amount of blood in the meeting room. In doing so, we were led to believe the meeting room had been the scene of the crime. It was a ruse by the true culprit to hide the blood that had fallen from the storeroom.
So we wouldn't find out about the existence of the black market auction. Correct?
Indeed. If the culprit had been unrelated to the auction, there would have been no need to do such a thing. Ergo, the culprit could have only been the conductor.
Well, do you have any idea as to who the conductor might possibly be?
The auction hall is at the PIC meeting room, and furthermore, there is a storeroom above it. The conductor must have been, at the very least, a member of the PIC.
So, in other words, you suspect me, I take it?
Isn't it natural to suspect you, the one with the most authority in the PIC?
Objection! You're quite capable. I'll give you that much, at least. But you know, like I said before, you're far too naive. You have nothing, you know? There's no evidence that proves I'm the culprit, you see? If, by some chance, you do have evidence, then why don't you present it?
Ugh. Do I have evidence that Blaze is the culprit? Do we have evidence that Blaze specifically is the culprit? You both like red jackets? You fixate on Burma. I don't think I have any evidence about this. This is one of those things! It's one of those tricky things where they give you this yes-no, I don't have it. I do not have it.
Blaze himself has suggested that he is the criminal. He's been showing that strange self-confidence for a while now. He knows that there's not a single piece of evidence left behind to incriminate him.
If you play with fire, you're gonna get burned, Edgeworth. Just kidding. I always wanted to say that, you know. Bit of a cliche, I understand, but I will burn you. I will burn you to the ground. Well then, Courtney.
I reckon I just remembered something too. But you also lost your memories? No, that ain't it. Something just popped into my head right now. Very well. Please tell us.
Objection. Courtney, could you tell me what you're doing?
Prosecutor Edgeworth will not give up until we have destroyed every last possibility. I'm destroying every possibility so that he will never oppose us again.
Good answer.
Justine, I don't really know what's going on, but well said. Pops, I'm gonna help too. After all, he's the one who's wrong. I'm the one who's the best, so I will help. Clearly.
Fine then, let's hear what she has to say.
Welcome, Miss Hart. Please, proceed. Sure thing, just leave it to me. Please make sure you only tell the truth. Ain't that a matter of course? Hey, I'm a bona fide journalist as justice, you know. Somehow I feel uneasy. Y'all saying the culprit was the conductor, right? That means the victim was a customer. Now, here's where it gets a mite strange. You see, there were 11 people at the auction. When the auction continued after the incident, I went straight on over and snuck a peek down below. You don't mean? That's exactly what I mean. All 11 people were still there, present and accounted for. What? Are you sure about that? Sure, I'm sure. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. So it started with 11 people. And there were still 11 people after the murder? Was it a ghost?
You know, Sebastian, normally a prosecutor would call that a contradiction, you know?
Were there really no changes in the auction? At all? Really, I'm telling you, the auction just went on like normal. But there was one itty-bitty thing, though. What was it? You know those hammers you always see at an auction? The gavel? Like the one that lady's using over there? An auction gavel, perhaps? Yep. That's the one! All of a sudden, I couldn't hear the sound no more. It had been banging away just prior to it. The sound of the gavel, does that have anything to do with the case? Okay. If Miss Hart's testimony is the truth, this matter has taken a grave turn. If the victim was neither the conductor nor a customer, the very foundation of Prosecutor Edgeworth's reasoning would collapse. Justice prevails, as they always say. I hope you've learned your lesson, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, there really is nothing we can do. It's not over yet. Some mysteries still remain. I have to think. If I don't, then Kay will be...
Did you get the answer you wanted this time? Well then, a deal's a deal.
Please wait, Mr. Chairman. I believe it is still too early to make a judgment. There are still a few mysteries left in this case. Until we have solved them all, we cannot call this a complete victory. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I was expecting you to shout,
I'm not a prosecutor. Why are you calling me a prosecutor? I thought you didn't want me to be a...
Hold it, like you always do.
Yes, of course. Once again, Judge Courtney has come to my aid.
Well, then what is it? What sort of mysteries are left?
But of course, there's the contradiction in the autopsy report.
That kind of thing?